Hi guys, Craig Rivers here from Rivers End Outdoors. Now, what I want to talk about today is gear. Not just for bushcraft or survival, bugging out or whatever, but maybe a combination of things. And it should be interesting, so come along with me and let's have some fun. Okay, so not too long ago I did a video about my trapping gear, which I keep it separate, all in a bag I can grab and go with. And I talked about a rifle that I got, a little kid's rifle. And so what I found, and maybe you guys know what this is. I don't know what it is. This is some kind of a little carbine scabbard. And I don't think it's American made. I think it's from somewhere else. The buckles don't look familiar to me. But what's cool about it is I can tie this along the side of my pack, like I'm carrying an axe or something. And my little rifle will fit right in there. Sorry guys. Get lost, rooster. He thinks I threw him a piece of food. So the problem with this is that I can't quite close the flap. That's okay, it'll work like a scabbard. And the cool part about it is I can put some other stuff in these pockets. See, I can put, it's got a nice little pocket here that's perfect for a little box of ammo. Little box of ammo right here. It's got another pocket here that's perfect for a little pocket knife. You know, I can put some other stuff. Maybe even a small flashlight in here. I don't know if I got one or not. Small flashlight in there. So that's kind of neat. If any of you guys know what this scabbard is, or what it goes to, what type of rifle it goes to, or what military it came from, comment in the comments and let me know. So what I really wanted to talk about is you have your Bugout bag. You have your Bushcraft backpack, you know, your survival gear and whatnot. Keep all those. I'm cleaning up my gear. This is my Bushcraft bag here. Kind of dirty. Haven't used it in a while. It's one of my other bags. Keep all your gear in a location that you can grab it and go. And unless you're walking from your house, if you have to leave, if you can't shelter in place and you have to leave, it's easier to take 3-4 backpacks, and throw them in the trunk of your vehicle, or the back of your truck, back of your Jeep, whatever you're doing. Now, I ride a ATV quad all around here, and I can easily pile all this stuff up on the quad if I need to. Okay, so you pile all your packs up in your vehicle, whatever you can use for your bug out vehicle, you know, whatever. And actually, if you have a large dual purpose motorcycle, you could put 2 or 3 packs on there without too much trouble. Now the deal is you're going to want to go out somewhere and maybe hide out or get out in the woods or whatever, get away. And what you do is you drive along or ride along, do whatever you're going to do, and you stash your packs outside of the trail, wherever that may be, or the road, alongside the road, in the bushes or whatever. and then you ditch your car. And then once you do that, you can come back, and if it takes 2 or 3 trips walking up to where your camp is, your hideout or your bug out shelter, you can go down and get, you know, 1 or 2 packs at a time, and go back and forth, and then hopefully by the evening you'll be settled. And the other thing is you'll need to carry some water, so you'll want to get some of the larger canteens that you can pack in some water if you have to. Now, there's many different types of backpacks and survival systems, and of course, you know, I got my Bushcraft pack, I got other little packs, my trapping pack, and what this is this is a tool roll. And I'm in the process of packing it up with all my emergency gear. And I've been just kind of buying some cheap crap and loading it up, you know, things like a tick pull, extra batteries, little mini plier sets and tool sets, extra knives. Now what I want to talk about is pocket knives, for one thing. This pocket knife here is a darn good pocket knife, and I paid $3 for this at a yard sale. And what I don't understand, and maybe you guys can comment and tell me, why don't you see bushcrafters with more pocket knives? Why are they not carrying pocket knives? I've been carrying a pocket knife since I was about, I don't know, 6 years old. And my grandsons, they all have pocket knives. And the thing is, they're cheap enough, they're small enough, they're light enough. Bring about 5 of them, because you're gonna lose them. And you'll need them. Believe me, you will need them for cutting food, skinning small game like squirrels, iguanas, wherever you're at, wherever you're located, cutting fish, fish line. They're very important. And the same goes with your larger knives. Now this knife, of course I had this one for years and I talked about it before. Get yourself a couple of bushcraft knives, larger bushcraft knives, hunting knives, whatever you prefer to call them. Don't just bring one with you. Bring a couple, at least 2. And I'll tell you why. I had a buck knife, and you know how great buck knives are supposed to be. Well, I was fairly farting around. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I broke the knife right along the tang. It just went snap, and it was worthless. I mean, I had the blade and I had the handle, but and I was, for the whole weekend, I was stuck without a knife. I was using the blade to scrape and cut things, but it was, you know, not very safe. So bring extra knives. Now, back to this roll here. This is a tool roll. And this thing is really handy, and I haven't really gotten it all loaded up yet. But I got tons of stuff. All my spare fish hooks, spare fish gear. It's got all these little pockets in here. And, you know, you can put pills in there. I got a flare. All kinds of stuff. Your spare knives, little tools, can openers, little P38 can openers, little spools of thread, batteries, whistle, compasses, fire starters. You want about 3-4 different ways to start fires. And so it's, you know, it's important to have all this stuff ready to go. Now this thing will roll up in a nice little roll. And this is probably the handiest thing. If you didn't have anything else, you would want to have this roll. And this particular one is made, I got it too tight there. This one, I think I picked it up at somewhere, Lowe's or Home Depot, and it's made by it's called Bucket Boss brand, Original Bucket Boss. And I got this one here too tight. Now, okay, there you go. That has got knives, whistles, flashlights, flares, fire starting stuff, bouillon cubes, all that stuff in there, in case you need it. Now, if you had to get on a motorcycle and go, if you just had this, you could survive for a couple of days. And the thing is too, is I also had a couple sardines in here for a while. Of course, I either ate them or tossed them, I don't know what. And you know, extra string, clips, corks, you know, water purification tablets. That'll all fit in here. Oops. And so you probably see this stress gear. It's a fidget. Now, you're probably asking, what the heck is he doing with a fidget as a survival tool? Well, I'll tell you. If you pop that center cap in there, there's a nice big bearing in there. And you can use it for your spindle and bow fire starting process. And that bearing is real nice, you know, for the top of your spindle. And it's got these rings, and you can tie them on your pack or whatever you want to do with it. And so anyway, and a pencil sharpener, you know, that's a good item that can go in there. And a pencil sharpener, you can actually, I don't know if you guys can see this, you can sharpen an antler, and that's better than a stick. That works real good. I've done that before. You know, sharpen spearheads or whatever you need to sharpen. And the other thing is you can make shavings to start a fire with your fire rod. So those are all, you know, you got to just kind of use your mind and go through it and think of, okay, what can I not live without, and what do I actually need? Which is not a lot of things. I mean, it's basically air is first, you could need to breathe, water, food, fire, shelter. And if you have your fire, water purification, your stuff to make a shelter, you know, string and twine, and maybe even I keep a couple of cheesy, cheap survival blankets, you know, because you can use them as a shelter. Survival blanket, you know, is pretty good because not only can you cover yourself up and get yourself warm if it's Mylar, but you can cover a little debris shelter and keep the rain out of it. And that's really important, staying dry. And, you know, of course, compasses, although where I live, I don't need a compass. I mean, the way my state is, I mean, there's two sides to it, and you can't get lost unless you're really dumb. And so anyhow, I can't think of anything else for this video. I like my little scabbard here. Like I say, I don't know what it's for. It's for some kind of carbine. If you guys know, let me know what it's for. And, you know, comment in the comment section. I don't think it's for a Garand. I think it's a European scabbard. I've only seen one other of these like this before. And, so, you know, I think that's about it. The other thing in your roll, I just saw the lantern that reminded me you can keep some candles in here and flashlights, all your lighting, you know, about everything you do, you got to have 3 or 4 ways to do it. You got to have your main way and a backup for the backup and a backup. So if you have a filter, you want to, for your water, you also want the tablets for your water, which this stuff is nasty. And then, of course, you want to learn how to filter water, you know, on a survival situation using a bottle or whatever, and sand and grass and gravel to filter your water, boiling it 3-4 different ways. Your fire starting, you want a ferro rod, you want matches, you want Bic lighters. Now, the thing is with Bic lighters, you can put a ton of these things in here. 5 of them, like I said, 5 of everything. Learn how to use a bone drill. In case you're stuck with nothing, you have to. The real important thing about survival skills, you can have all your fancy gear and you can have all your stuff in your hidden camp. Now, you could be poking around down at the creek trying to catch fish or whatever, and 3-4 guys come on your camp, and they don't look nice. You're gonna have to leave. You may have to bug out. So you're bugging out from your bug out camp, and you need survival skills so that the best thing to do is put distance between you and them. When you get there, know your territory so you can sneak around. If, you know, 3-4 guys show up or a group of people come in and they start ripping you off and getting into your survival shelter looking for food or your stash or whatever, you want to be able to sneak back and see if they've left or not. If not, you may need to go out further. You're going to need to know how to start fires with nothing. How to catch animals with nothing, with snares, with whatever you can make, homemade traps. And so it's real important to learn those survival skills. And going back to the beginning, it's, like I said before, air, which we won't count that because if there's no air, it's over with. Air, water, food, or actually shelter, doesn't matter, they're all in there together. Food, water, shelter, a way to start a fire. And yeah, so you need to learn how to do those things. Speaking of food, I think I got 1 or 2 roosters too many around here that might just end up in the stew pot. So anyway, I hope you found my video informative. I'm going to bake some of this stuff down a little bit better, and I'll show you what I do as I go along. I got a lot of my bushcraft gear put away. As you can see, my pack is pretty dirty, and I don't like leaving it all out. But I'm going to pack it up and put it in a spot. I'm going to put it either. Probably what I'm going to do is pack these packs up and put them in a big Rubbermaid or plastic tub to kind of keep them all clean and keep the rodents and everything out of them, and then I can just grab them and go. So I think that's about it. This is Craig Rivers for Rivers End Outdoors, and I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Again, Craig Rivers from Rivers End Outdoors. Bye now. I was looking for my camera or the clicker for my camera. And I rolled it up in my roll.